everybody? Thanks for coming out. Started off on a nice happy note. Keep it happy. Thanks for being here. What up, everyone over here? I saw Derek earlier, and I got Fat Belly. I think I saw Cypher. Cup of tea, biscuit vapes, last dance. What's going on, everybody? Good to see you guys. Thank you for being here. Another beautiful summer day. Getting all the notifications that I'm live. Thank you. I am live. All right, cool. I think all is well. Mic's working. Got the wire this time. See, I did it again. The wire over here. It's a mirror. Oh, shit. Vapist, what's up, dude? Blind Fury, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Earlier we had Guta was underneath the Fraulein. Hopefully she comes back. I mean, fuck, she comes in, gives me 30 seconds. I'm not going to put the show on before 6. So, come on back, girl. We're a little light on the females in case you haven't noticed around here. So, we like women's. Women's is good. Got a new pipe. The old pipe. Yeah, epoxy on concrete, not friendly to glass pipes. So, whatever. Pipes break. Fat Belly, no audio. Yep. No, there's audio. Hey, let's bring in a buddy down here. Just get him going here. Yeah, fuck it, whatever. Hey, man.
Hello.
How are you?
How does the mic sound today? Is it a lot better?
It sounds great. Nice and clear.
Thank God for that. It took reinstalling Windows.
Did you have to delete your whole Windows and go from scratch?
Well, yeah, basically. I went into Windows Backup and went back to when it was first installed.
Interesting. What's up, JoJo? I don't think Graham will be on. More than likely not, if I was to guess. But you never know. You never know. What do I think about Russiagate, Blind Fury? Yeah, I don't know. It's a murky, man. There's so much going on. I can't read up on every single thing, but that one is cloudy, and it seems like certainly something they would try to pin on Trump, or certainly bring it out, at this time. So whatever, I don't know enough about it to really speak about it. You still in the toilet, dude? Oh, Jesus, Alan, we're already on the toilet. Audio's good. Thanks, Last Dance.
Is Happy Dog being serious?
I don't think so, dude. I think he's fucking with you. I can hear you clear as anything.
That's good. That's good. I mean, I spent about an hour with voice meter with settings trying to get volume about nice. Right.
Cool. Yeah, that was bizarre, huh?
I think what it was that I'd installed voice meter and it had messed up with something in the system. And also, I think my VPN were messing up as well, because I've got Express VPN.
Last fag, zing! Ouch! I love it. Well, come on, Guta. We know who you are. You're cool. Hilarious. It's been a while. Yeah. Yeah.
Last week was horrendous. I mean, if there were a loud noise, it came through like someone was screaming down microphone.
Right. Yeah,
it was horrible.
Strange. Hot mic, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Son of a bitch.
So how's your week been, Steve?
A week's been good. Very busy. A lot of work. It's like the biggest move-in time for apartments here at the end of the summer. So August to September, a lot of turnovers, a lot of things to get done, and just okay, cool, Guta, right on. Yeah, so it's been a busy week, but get the long weekend now. So we're psyched. It's just I got to stop texting my brother. He's giving me cabinet measurements. Jesus. But yeah, it's been good, man. We did a nice walk on the beach today, and we'll get back down there tomorrow. It was beautiful, yeah. A lot of groups of people, a lot of younger people, like people play. You know what beer pong is?
Yeah. When you get like 10 cups on each side and you throw a ping pong ball in.
Yeah, there was some kids there they brought a big folding table down and they were getting shit faced. And yeah, part of me wanted to join in, but wife and kid and can't really go there anymore, you know?
Kind of reminds me of a film I watched earlier, like this afternoon. It's a new one on Netflix called The Sand.
Okay.
And I thought it was a good idea to let my daughter watch it with me. I thought it was just a mild horror. Oh no, it was gory as fuck. There was this creature under sand literally melting people's faces off.
Yeah. Yeah, not exactly like Tremors, which was like a mild horror movie.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I thought it was, but it was right. Like proper visceral. You saw eyeballs popping out and all flesh melting off the face.
Right. Here, let me bring another person on. What's going on, you Thiel 84? Or can
we? It's our old German buddy.
Yes. What are we going by today for your? What should we call you today, darling?
Whatever you like.
Okay.
Her real name is Anna.
Anna. Okay, cool. That makes it nice.
Anna works for me.
Yeah, exactly. Right on. Yeah, your other ones are just bizarro. I'm sure they have meanings though, both of them.
Another language, yes.
Yeah, cool. So you were out of the country for a while, working, I guess, doing some various things, whatever.
I was out 1.5 months. Because this is the school vacations. I work in a school now. I traveled back 2,000 kilometers.
Got you. For this, thank you.
No corona tests.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah, I think I found you on LiveLeak or something, and I just commented on your page or something like that, right? And
yes, thank you. I'm sorry, I don't want to bore anyone. And it was I know it Last Dance, and other people were like, blah blah. No, I'm a Russian. I wish there was a Russian because they know how to drink.
Yeah, that's for sure. Most definitely.
What is your topic today? I will just fit in your topic.
Just basic pub chat kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Cheers then.
Just bullshitting, you know, as they say.
That's it, yeah. It's not serious. It's just loads of people getting together and talking and having a bit of fun.
Like it.
That's it.
You know, when I get some of the guys on, like occasionally Aphid or Cypher, it can be cool to get them to talk to each other about politics because they might both have different leanings. So I like to kind of just jab into it a little, but I'm not here to have like a fucking throwdown fight about politics. You know, and these guys aren't like that. So George is a mellow dude, you know, he just likes being around here, you know. Happy Dog is. Go ahead. Go ahead, Paul.
Politics is a storm in a water glass, you know. We cannot influence it, so why talk about it? But in Germany, I can tell you it's going down with these corona measures. The protests. I was going to travel to Berlin. I didn't because I can't now. But basically, there are protests each weekend. People are really upset about this. Soon there will be more action here. You can expect it.
Are you talking about the restrictions? Is that what people are upset about?
It's a mix. They were upset already about immigration and then these corona measures, and it all piles up too.
Right, kind of bubbling up to the surface, right? Everything, yeah. I hear you. Yeah,
we're getting quite a lot of trouble with migration. Loads of people coming across the channel in boats.
Yeah, from Calais, right, from France.
Yeah. French are not doing the jobs as usual.
You should. If I was in your place, I would make some kind of tunnel and just put gas. Yeah, the truck drives through. Everyone who's hiding in a truck just. Yeah.
We have a tunnel. It's called the Channel Tunnel.
Right. Channel.
Channel.
Yeah, that's a Seinfeld reference. There was a massive fire in that thing when it was first constructed, I believe, right? In the
Channel Tunnel.
Yeah.
Might have been. I don't know. It was quite a while back, wasn't it?
It was quite a feat. They had to drill that fucking 40 miles or so.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, man.
I think they just used air pressure, didn't they, just to keep the water out of the tunnel?
No kidding, huh?
Yeah, they just kept feeding air into the pipe and keeping it at high pressure.
Interesting. Huh. We need a wolf pack to take them out. Yeah. Jojo, I don't know, my man. I can only tell you that I just don't know. And that's it. Sorry. Sometimes they don't make the cut, and that's it, you know. Sorry, brother.
I thought the video was cut because of the dumpster fire that happened.
It's possible, man. I last week's show is probably best to be left in the past.
Yeah.
And just move on. And I started off with a goofy fucking happy-go-lucky song on the guitar, trying to start a nice vibe out here, a little positive vibrations, as Bob Marley said.
It did get a bit somber after that, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It was all right. It was fine. I mean, we're gonna have those. That's life. Humans are fucking variable creatures.
Yeah.
It always isn't roses, you know. Everything isn't roses all the time. So whatever. But I don't know. Do you remember Anna? That I moved into my garage. I finished my garage here, so I'm in a whole new space. New space, man town, and unfortunately it's kind of become tool town, and I'm fucking stuck in the corner here, but fine with me, you know. I'm happy to.
You have a lot of stuff. I also have a lot of stuff. You can see my entire apartment is full with all kinds of. So
nice.
It's not a garage, but it's also full.
Yeah.
Well, my living room is a bit of a garage.
There you go. Cool. Got the bike out there, right on.
That's my basically that's my cool mobility scooter because I can't walk very far.
The bike.
Yeah, it's electric, so I don't have to do anything.
Sure, right on. Whatever it takes, man.
That's it. I use it just to get kid to school, so. And I couldn't cope walking that. You know, it's not very far, but just walking to the bottom of the street, I'm in agony. So I need to lose some weight.
Oh. Yeah, I hear you, man. Let me just look at this. All right, cool. Get that out. I can't not look at a text message when you see the light blinking on your phone. I'll go fucking crazy. My wife's like, don't worry about it. You don't have to look. I'm like, I have to look. I have to fucking look. Those
phones are evil. Have you ever noticed when you try and put your phone down, it go ping every time you try and put your phone down?
Yeah.
It's got a sensor that knows when you're putting it down. It's like, no, you've got to keep me in your hand.
That's like a dog, like a puppy or something.
Yeah. It's not that. It's chuffing Google saying, no, stay in your hand. You've got to keep looking at these adverts.
Exactly. Yeah. Alan says Smokesteve live from the garage. Yeah. It's like Metallica's Garage Days Revisited. Very old shit recordings that they did. But yeah, fuck, garages are.
Could be worse, Steve. You could be in a shed.
Mm-hmm. And that's about 40 feet that way. So we'll see.
I've seen people go live from a shed before because the wives can't handle it.
Yeah. I've seen some guys who deck out their sheds. They run electricity out there and insulate it. Nice TV, you know. You can smoke. You don't have to worry about people. Just fucking lock yourself in there.
Council have done. They've come and fitted fire alarms, so I've got to be careful with vape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's
put one in every single fucking room. It's annoying.
Yeah, I mean, you find the one that's closest to the area that you're going to vape in all the time. Take some plastic and tape it over that one, and you'll
doesn't work. They've got visual sensors, so it'll work through, you know, like infrared sensors, so that it just sees any difference in that looks like smoke and goes off.
Man, maybe black plastic from a black.
Maybe.
Bag.
Yeah.
Because I would say if you have them in every other room, you're pretty damn well protected, you know.
Yeah.
if you have 3 and you block 1 and you still have 2, you're going to be fine. You know what I mean?
I've got a fan over there, and I've got a what's it called? One of them. It's like a fan, but it's got like a filter on it, a HEPA filter on it, so it like filters the air.
Carbon filter, HEPA filter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helps.
It's only a little one, but it does help a little bit.
Sure. Yeah, I got the allergies bad this year and went and bought a couple of those for the general house, you know, but I don't know the effectiveness if I have the windows open and I'm running an indoor air filter. What the hell am I doing?
I noticed that. Do you know when sun's shining through your window and you see little dust particles?
Sure.
When I've got that on, after about 4 hours, all those dust particles are gone, so you never see them anymore.
That's
so
cool.
It does do something.
Sure. Yeah, I hear you, man. Very 80s, Alan. Yeah, it is. It is. Blind Fury.
That's it sometimes. So it's an air purifier.
Yeah, exactly. Air purifier.
Why couldn't I think of that? I think it says it on fucking box and all.
Right. Yeah. Just going to highlight a comment here and there, but because once we get rolling, I hate when we forget about these bastards.
Oh, I know.
I'll watch it again and people are asking me questions and commenting and I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I'm not even fucking paying attention. Oh, shit. Cooked a bacon sandwich in this one. Yeah. I mean, are you in an apartment building, Biscuit?
No, I've got a 2-story house.
Yeah, so it's not a big deal. If you set them off, it's not going to evacuate the building or anything.
I'm on it's like a block of like 5 houses.
Yeah.
In a row, and like I'm on the end, so I'll only annoy one neighbor.
You got an end unit. That's nice. That's nice. Cool.
It's not an end of a road, but I've got a drive outside a house, so there's an air gap between the other houses.
Yeah, I get you. Cool. Cooked bacon sandwich.
It's like a semi-detached, but I've got like 5 houses the other side.
Sure, I got you. Sounds like we would call that a townhouse here.
Yeah. I don't know what I'd call it here. I was thinking like a terrace block.
Cool. Do you got a garden in the back? Everyone's got a garden in the UK, right?
Yeah. I've got a garden in the back and front. It's not big.
You got a fence for the pup so you can let him out?
Yeah. There's a metal fence around front and then like a 6-foot high wooden fence around back.
And so he stays contained. He's not able to get out.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Unless postman leaves front gate open, which he does every morning.
Right. You said that's not a problem because he's a real friendly staffy.
He is. It's just if there's another pupper or a cat out there, he'll chase it.
Is he more trying to play with them or like?
No.
Yeah. He's got difficulty with other animals, but he's good.
Yeah.
With people. Yeah.
He's brilliant with people. Yeah.
Yeah. We see. It's funny here in this town. There's a law, a leash law, so it's a 100% leash law whenever you're out.
Yeah.
But at the beach today, there was a good 7 or 8 dogs that were off leash, but they were all only concerned with catching the ball or 2 dogs were wrestling with each other. But there was an awkward moment when someone's walking by with a pit bull on it wasn't a staffy, it was a bigger one with like a square head, almost like a cane or something like that.
Yeah. Diesel, come here.
So this fucking dog who's not on the leash runs up and tries to play with the pit bull, and the pit bull was not having it, and this is another reason why they need to pay attention to the leash laws, because not all dogs are cool with other dogs.
Here, Diesel. Up here. There we go.
What are you drinking?
This is Heineken.
Heineken. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
we have the same cans here, so it's the same factory.
Nice.
I have this one. Do you have this too?
Desperados, yeah, same.
It's good,
Desperado. Did that say did that say tequila on it?
Yeah, it's tequila flavored.
It's not real. I think it's just a flavor. So I put both flavors.
Bizarre.
Yes, I think there's a little tiny bit of tequila in it, just to add flavor. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Sorry, George. I thought I had it in the description. Damn it.
It is in the description.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, that's where I got the link from.
So I did it right. Yes. I scheduled it the first time today. I scheduled it and clicked, and it was like, you are live. And I was like, whoopsie, you got to put the delay on.
So you went live earlier, did you?
For like
a split second.
Yeah, I don't think it made a show, but yeah.
No.
Probably have to say something, but yeah. So I put it up there, Georgie. Here, Cup of Tea says if he bites anything, they'll put him down. Do they do that over there with any dog?
No, they don't. If he bites animals, they won't put him down. If he bites a person, they won't.
They won't. They would take a couple of incidents, I would think. Like over here.
Yeah. If he mauls, say, every cat in the neighborhood, he'd probably get put down.
Right.
But I don't think he'd even get the chance. Cats are too fast.
Right.
He's not the fastest dog on the planet.
Yeah. Well, he looks quick. He kind of looks like an extremely small Staffy. Very
yeah.
Very cute.
I think he's quite big for a Staffy, but I've only ever seen females other than him.
Yeah.
He's a male, so he's quite small for a male, I suppose. And
right.
he's not bulky because he only gets like a small amount of food every day, so he's not getting fat.
Yeah, the Staffords we might see over here, I might be thinking American Staffordshire, which is similar, but I don't know, maybe bigger. I'm not even sure.
Maybe, yeah. This is an English right. Staffordshire.
Let me bring on a buddy here.
I have Blind Fury. I did see the new NVIDIA graphics card on Linus Tech Tips.
Mr.
Looks awesome.
Aphid Lip, what up, yo?
What's going on, guys?
How are you? Good. Sorry we missed you last week. You were on the road.
Yeah, we thought it would be a good idea to do like a mini vacation, and then once we got there, we kind of all freaked out, and there was too many people, and we just drove around in our car the whole time.
Did you get a bit of what's it called when you're in your house too long?
Cabin fever.
Cabin fever, yeah.
That's what put us on the road in the first place. You know, my son and my wife have both pretty much been inside since spring. Yeah. And it was the last weekend of summer, and we're like, let's just blow it out of the water, you know.
Right.
And we thought there's this place here in the United States called Great Wolf Lodge, where it's like a hotel, and then there's like a huge water park connected to it, you know. So you have to be staying. It's like a lodge. You stay at the hotel to go to the water park or whatever.
Package deal.
Yeah, we were like, oh well, you know, we read the website, and they're like, you know, we're real protective because my wife and especially my son is real into, he's got, you know, an autoimmune disorder and everything, so he's real into the being protective with the COVID and everything. So anyway, we get out there, and there's like, just, you know, they only had like half the people that were staying there, but still like the swimming and everything, and people are like handing you their tube, you know. And, you know, my son has basically been like wearing rubber gloves since March, you know.
Yeah,
we were just a little uncomfortable with it, and we wasted all that money on a hotel because we just drove around the city.
Yeah, I've been having serious anxiety just taking my daughter to school for the last week.
Yeah.
So Aphid Lip was obviously a hindsight is 2020 on that one.
Yeah.
You would have been better off getting like a cabin on a little lake or something.
Well, we're gonna go that route, and then we were going back and forth, and before you know it, it was the day before. It was Thursday, and we were gonna leave on Friday. So it was like, you know, we couldn't get a home away or Airbnb or anything that late of a notice. You know what I'm saying? So it was pretty much we were just going to stay in a hotel. He really wanted to drive, you know, he's 11. He's like, I really want to just drive through a big city, you know?
Yeah.
And it's either Chicago or Kansas City where I live. So Chicago, you have to be quarantined for 14 days if you go up there. So
right. And you need an AK-47.
Right.
It's fucking crazy. I mean, Jesus. Yeah. But yeah.
You never need an AK-47. You're fine with a double barrel shotgun.
Yeah.
That's what Biden says anyway.
Yeah,
but then with the guy with the automatic shotgun, he fucking gets you.
I'm sorry, but no. One of those shotgun shells out the double barrel, and that guy's toast. You just have to shoot him first.
Right. That's where I think I probably said this about 50 times on the stream, but that's where the expression of riding shotgun with somebody, In the old stagecoach, there was the driver, and the security was the man with the shotgun who sat next to the driver on a stagecoach. So that's riding shotgun.
I never knew that.
And most of the time, it was a double gauge, the fucking 12 gauge, double barrel, big boy. You know, it's just, yeah.
Thank you, Charlotte.
I had no idea I was going to get that educated here tonight.
Yeah, riding shotgun, and then of course, bitch is riding in the middle in the back seat. I don't know if you guys had that.
Yeah.
That's bitch.
Well, why is it? Just because usually it's a chick in the middle? That's what I
right. If it's like 5 guys and 3 in the back seat, there's like who gets bitch? So you like do 1, 2, 3, and you flinch. Oh, you get bitch, dude. Get in the middle.
If you have you seen No Country for Old Men?
Love it.
Yeah, he's like, you mind riding, bitch? And then he killed him like about 30 seconds later. Shot him right in the head, I think.
That was who was that actor? That was the Hitman, right? With the weird
was it Javier or something? What's his name?
Bardem, something like that.
It's something like that. I keep wanting to say Anthony Bourdain. It's not.
No, he did. But
No.
he had that air cylinder with the thing they used to kill livestock.
Oh, man, that's a great movie. One of my favorite movies. Well, I like any Coen Brothers movie for that matter.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was back when I actually watched movies. But hey, on that note, let's bring in a 5th person.
Oh,
Cypher.
Hey, Cypher.
Hey. What's up, buddy?
Hey, guys. It's going good.
The show is going good right now. It's going brilliant.
Yep. I'm trying to reel myself in and keep it happy.
Yeah, there you go.
You always keep it light, Cypher.
I try.
Yeah, totally. Exactly. Yeah, last week I was going to talk to you guys about the crazy shit that went on with the young 17-year-old and, you know, the AR-15 and him getting seemingly somewhat attacked and defending himself to a point. And talk about one of the most polarizing things that's happened in a really long time.
Just get some beers.
You got 50% of people who feel one way and the rest feel exactly the opposite.
I know. I mean, they're all parties are just completely wrong if you ask me. I don't understand why everybody just can't get on the same page.
Right.
Well, the blown away bicep was an interesting picture. Series of pictures. That was like, oh no.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what my kid's 11. I can't even imagine in 6 years, you know, letting him drive to some other state and trying to like regulate downtown during some riots with the AK-47.
Being an enforcer.
It's absurd. But then the idiots that ran up on him when he's got an AK-47 in his arm.
Right.
Yeah.
With a skateboard, the one guy had a skateboard. He's going to try. Yeah,
I have found
great
that
idea.
You can't call mentally ill people mentally ill on the message boards and various venues. They don't allow it. I think Twitter doesn't allow it. There are many mentally ill people running around the streets doing crazy stuff, and they're being accommodated by the what they call it, the mainstream media.
Yeah, I think we need to save the mentally ill name for the flat earthers.
That's right.
Yeah.
Flat earthers.
I don't know if any of those are mentally ill. They all made completely horrible life
choices. Yeah.
decisions.
But they're synonymous with anti-vaxxers and anti-maskers.
Anti-maskers. I decided to keep using a mask around here. For a while, I was going in. Winn-Dixie, had a store policy where they don't enforce it, even though it's a city municipal, dictate, a statutory dictate. Some of the stores, realize that many people start reacting violently and aggressively against those rules, and I personally decided not to fight it. It makes people so uncomfortable. I realized, I was walking around without a mask for a week or two, and people were just.
Now, why did you? Why were you? did you like make a conscious decision? I'm not going to wear a mask. Like, were you trying to?
Yeah. It was.
Were you
It was.
upset?
It was
Like
like.
that you
It
were
was like,
forced to?
I can always maintain the 6 foot, distancing rule they talk about, and I knew that I was healthy, but even at my age, I'm a senior citizen, and there were other people my age and older who were truly feeble people. I mean, feeble, diseased, afflicted people, and you could see the fear in their eyes, about this whole thing, that the pandemic thing that's gone across the entire world. And I've not been particularly fearful of it, but I began to realize, hey, why not do it? There's no reason to be, aggressively anti-mask, in my daily behavior. And I mean, I don't put the mask on until I get right at the front door of whatever store I'm going into, and then I put it on, but some people, I mean, here where I live, there's about 100 other units of elderly people that are condo unit owners, and they're walking around everywhere, with a mask on. And it's just, to me, it's just, you can see the fear, and it's really weird. It's unfortunate that it's happening like it is, but I mean, hopefully we'll get beyond it in a quarter of a year or a half a year. They're talking about vaccines coming out and things like that.
It infuriates me that, like, out of the must be 250 children at my daughter's school, only 3 was wearing a mask.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, the children, the mortality and the disease factor of having COVID, among healthy people is almost non-existent. It's people who it's the people
The
who
thing
already.
is, the problem with it is that children might not get seriously ill, but they'll pass it on to somebody who is, like grandparents,
Right.
or
Yeah,
uncles
maybe.
that are seriously obese, or dads that are seriously obese.
Right.
Or,
Right.
That's the thing. They bring it home. The kid might not feel a thing, but they can kill other people inadvertently. That's what happens at, like, a wedding that happened in Maine recently.
Yeah.
A shitload of people got it. A few of them died. Most of them were fine, but it's like,
Yeah.
I could only imagine how much it'd ruin a child's life knowing that they've killed the grandparents by.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But Bacardi rum takes care of a lot of those problems. You just drink the Bacardi.
I mean, logically, that's how viruses spread, from people passing them to other people.
Right.
So we need to do whatever it takes to keep people from passing to other people. Whether they get affected by it or not is irrelevant, because it's spreading. It's going from people to people.
Yeah.
So we need to do what we can to stop it from going from people.
You have seen how the mortality rates of the United States are approaching the 0 factor. I don't know if you know that. Cases are still quite high, but the doctors are learning these treatment protocols, and they're applying them, and they're preventing deaths.
Right.
And I mean, a lot of positive things, very positive things, are starting to happen. So
My daughter wears that to school every day.
does she?
Smart. Good for her.
Oh, man. Yeah. They've started advertising those on TV for about $10 each.
They don't impede your breathing, but they do give you some modicum of protection.
Right,
Sure.
right.
Aphid, on what you said earlier, Aphid, there. So it's flu season, and has been in the southern hemisphere here, but because of their usage of masks and distancing and all of this crap, like the flu numbers are way down.
Oh yeah, I said that at the very beginning, because we're so careful. We're washing our hands more.
I mean, being careful regarding the pandemic, the flu, like you said, Aphid Lip, the flu, factor is way down as well, and it's just a common byproduct.
Did anybody hear about the French? What's it called? The French study that they're doing about smokers may actually be less prone to getting the
Oh
COVID.
Lord, no!
I've seen articles on both sides.
Now regarding, go ahead, Aphid.
I had a friend send me an article that was like, dude, you need to quit. You need to quit, which I do. And I can't blame the guy for wanting me to quit smoking. My son wants me to quit smoking. I want to quit smoking. But anyway, it was like, like a week later, I got another article sent to me by somebody else that smokes. And I'm like, see, this is good for it. So it's just like coffee.
That's right.
Coffee, it every other year. And drinking wine with the same wine. It's good for you, but it's bad for you the next year.
Yeah,
I think
Italians live forever on the red wine. That's all.
I think there's some merit to the nicotine itself, because the nicotine goes to the same receptors in the lung as COVID does. So if nicotine's taking the place of the COVID on the lung, it's not doing any damage, but it's stopping the COVID from getting into your lungs. And it's possible that if not smoking itself, but vaping or nicotine patches, for instance, may do some good.
Just getting some just loading everybody up with nicotine patches.
Oh yeah, I mean, I nick load every day.
They should start embedding those into the mask. Maybe people will start wearing them more.
Why do you believe in this COVID? I don't understand it.
Why do you believe in it?
Oh dear me!
Oh dear me! Thousands will die. In Germany, only 2,000 people died.
Well, nothing like those Jews, was it?
Shut up!
No.
I'll put you on timeout, boy.
You didn't just go there. Oh my God!
But I have something.
I mean, it's really. I mean, I hate to be like this, but it's really silly to just completely deny that there isn't a worldwide pandemic.
There is a virus, but it was not necessary to crash our economy because of this.
Well, I mean, of course you're going to think that, but I mean, it's easy to sit there and think that you got the right solution and you know what's going to, and you know that you shouldn't have put people in a nursing home because later on it killed 1,000 of them. It's so easy to make those. It's so easy to say, hey, well, look what Sweden's doing. Why didn't we do that from the beginning? I mean, there's so many the ways you can look at it. It's just not logical. I mean, the same thing happened during every pandemic throughout history. You had people that were completely in denial over it. And they look horrible when it comes to, the history books because they were wrong. They were dead wrong.
Well, I have something for biscuit vapes. See this biscuit vapes? That is a floss pick. Here is
I know where you're going with this.
I know this is your rubber tip gum exerciser. And you'll bleed if you do this. It'll bleed, but you have that. Then this is your water pick. See, it's electric water pick, very not expensive. And then finally, after you do all that to your mouth, then you rinse off with a good alcohol-based rinse, and your gums will literally throb. Oh, he's walking away. See, he's walking away. Okay. And
there we go.
There you go. Well, that's good. Yeah, the mouthwash is good. But the other is good too. The stuff that you're talking about, the gum. This is last week, by the way, UCL 84 and Aphid Lip. I don't know if you realize this, but
no.
We had a short discussion last week, and I decided to tease him this week.
Well, I've got seriously receding gums and
it's the pockets, and what happens is all of those things I just showed you, especially the gum exerciser. You actually pierce the pockets, especially on the back of your teeth, and then when you spit into your bowl, your wash basin, there'll be blood, and what'll happen is you'll take that thing from being a 5 or a 6 pocket to a 3 or a 2 pocket, and you probably heard that before, right? When they do it, they tell you what the depth of the pocket is.
I've never heard the term pocket to be.
It's basically the depth of the excess gum that is part of the disease process. And I mean, I go after it. I'm pretty bad actually. I'll go 3 or 4 days without doing it, and then when I especially with this little sucker right here, right there. That's the gum exerciser. That's got the, you can see, it's got the.
Well,
I hate
tip,
those fucking things.
if I want to keep this award-winning smile, then I've got to get my oral health sorted.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, go after it. And what'll happen is when at the very end, when you have that nice antiseptic wash, when you use that after exercising and going after your gums, they will literally throb. You'll go ka-dunk, 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 ka-dunk for about.
The hurt
30
after
seconds.
using my Oral-B Pro Expert electric toothbrush.
Yeah, and I mean, it'll be even worse briefly if you use those other things, a floss band, a rubber gum exerciser, the water pick, and then do the antiseptic wash. You'll be very happy with the results, and I don't mean to be a dick about it.
Not at all. Not at all.
It's clear I need the advice because I'm not doing well with my tooth care.
Yeah, well, it hurts. I mean, your teeth will actually start hurting you,
Right.
and that also has the potential to do other processes that are infectious within your body.
Yeah.
You don't want that. So
Right.
that's my old man advice to you, and I'll stop
Good advice.
now.
So
It's
speaking
all right.
speaking of last week, usually you can see the show. Is there a reason why it's like set to private or
It was
deleted?
a bit of a dumpster fire,
I
Aphid.
spoke about that
Oh.
earlier. Yeah.
I
something.
thought about that. I thought you might know, Smokesteve, and I heard earlier you were saying you don't know.
Right.
But, I don't know if it was the discussion using names of people that are on the other website. I did that, and that might have been a problem. And I mean, there were a few things that went on, that could have been triggers for the men who, who basically control this site to make that decision. I mean, and I don't fault anybody for doing whatever they did, but
Exactly.
it does baffle me because it seemed to be innocuous. It seemed to be a harmless show, but something happened that caused that. And just like last week, I said I don't know. I really don't know anything about the other website when it comes to actual administration and moderation.
Right.
The same thing now is here. I do not have any idea what caused that because all of the previous shows, have been public. They've been available. I was watching last week's show on Sunday morning, and I was about 2 hours into it, and whoop! All of a sudden it disappeared, and then I looked, for it, and it said that it was private. It was like, okay.
Who got a hand? Was Cypher this? Was he like?
No, nobody at all got out of hand. It was
well, it wasn't out of hand, but it might have been, inappropriate calling of names of people on the other website. Like a form of what's that called? Not outing. It's called
Doxing?
Doxing, a form of doxing that was inadvertent. There was no bad intent, but names were called by myself in particular. One name, and it was called in a positive way, but it may have been taken in a negative. And then who else? There was an argument between. There was an argument.
Oh, there was a fight on the Smokesteve pub.
Yeah, on a mile fight. It was a little bit, energetic, and that could have been it. But let's not call names.
That would have.
Let's let that be.
Sounds better than my Kansas City trip.
Yeah.
Look at Smokesteve. He fell asleep.
No, I'm observing. And my personal opinion is honestly, I want to leave that fucking thing in the past and let.
I hear you. I wasn't here. I was like curious.
Don't start with
I know.
names and such. Yeah.
I'm gonna push a button or two anyway.
When and what.
Frankly, it's like a UFO. If you didn't see it, you probably, I can't really describe it accurately to you. You had to be there. It's just,
That's right. That's right.
It's gone now. It flew off.
What do you think, you thigh lady, for? You're looking pensive back there.
She
doesn't speak English. She's just
no. Stop it now. What do you think? Anna.
She's like,
Anna. Did we say Anna was?
Her name's Anna.
Anna, yeah. How what do you think about it? You've been watching? What?
Yes, I'm watching all the time. You talked about your dental health.
Cool. All right. Well, that gets us back to the present.
It does.
Yeah.
So what is it about the question?
So Anna, and where you were talking about the protests earlier. Are you a protester? Are you going to be out there? Civil unrest.
It's mostly in Berlin, and I'm quite far from Berlin. Yeah, on the other side of the country.
Right.
But
You're in.
Maybe I travel there. Maybe I'll go there. Yes.
Right.
I think also we have protests. No, it sucks. I don't wear a mask anywhere because this mask, there's no point in it.
Right.
You have to wear full gear and protect yourself. Then there's a point. But this mask made from cotton.
Anna, do you not think there's a point in masks when you're in close proximity to people in, say, a small convenience shop?
Maybe, but why should I? I mean, this is government propaganda. The government uses this.
No, not talking about the government, but for your own personal protection, and say your
getting
relatives.
Controlled.
Would you wear a mask for your own protection and your own relatives' protection in a small area?
There's something important. Maybe it's only me, but in East Germany, before 1990, people receive a special vaccination against tuberculosis. Yes, this injection, who got it, this COVID cannot really harm him. It's already proven. In East Germany, it's much less cases.
All right.
I also got
it. If you're young and healthy, it's almost not a problem.
I don't really care about it,
Right.
Because I have this. My parents have it. I don't know.
They've had COVID, or did you say they had COVID?
No, they had this special vaccination.
Oh, yeah.
So they're safe.
It contains substances that make it a milder form. If you get COVID, it's a mild form. People don't die from it.
That's what I'm understanding.
Do you think that they're controlling you with that mask? Do you think if you put that mask on, then it's a sign of weakness, and you're gonna believe things you shouldn't believe?
No, I believe that there's a virus.
It makes it very hard for me to bite people when I wear the mask. I have to.
I mean, that's a better excuse if you ask me.
Yeah, then it's good. But otherwise, I don't know. I don't see a point. Because who has to die, he will die.
So it's just because you're people
with many conditions, so they die anyway. Doesn't matter if they have COVID or not.
They're gonna die anyway.
Comorbidity issue.
So you don't think
in the UK we only have to wear them indoors anyway. So
you might get a couple of.
Right.
So what if somebody's sick? What if somebody's sick and old, and they're gonna live, let's say, 2 more years, and they get the COVID and they die, in a month. That's not worth worrying about at all.
I've thought about that aphid myself, and it's sort of weird.
I don't think that I will get COVID, so if I don't have it, I can spread it.
I mean, when you're dealing with a full-blown pandemic, I mean, what can you do to a point? I mean, this was one of the things that the administration in the United States was after, was that the solution can't be worse than the pandemic.
Right, I agree.
Right.
There comes to a certain point where it's just like, well, screw them. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not worth, the food lines and the homelessness to save, a small percentage of elderly people that have pre-existing conditions anyway. Right. I agree with that 100%.
Do the government in America pay for state pension?
No.
Yeah. Well, that's not called a pension. It's called Social Security.
You mean when they're old? Yeah.
When they get past working age and they haven't got a personal pension. Yeah.
Well, so it's based on what you put into the system too.
Maybe it's in the government's interest not to protect those people that are on government state Social Security.
Well, we've been skimming off of that. We've been skimming off of that piggy bank for my whole entire life.
Constant political football gets kicked back and forth.
Right. I'm going to mute my mic for a second. I have people in the room who are just joking.
Okay, Steve.
Okay.
But my
come on, show them, Smokesteve. He's like, oh no, not about to. He's all muted and everything now.
Yeah.
No, but there's a big difference because in Germany you have universal health care and everyone is insured. Yeah, they pay money to everyone.
That. Yeah.
You got Obamacare.
No, we have a social state.
We're
Oh,
back.
I thought that was called
No one has to be
Obamacare.
homeless
Is
unless
it sim? Do you think it's similar to NHS, Anna, where you pay taxes, you get
Yes.
healthcare? Yeah, same
Yes.
as NHS. Yeah,
And also, if someone's unemployed, he gets money, like
Yeah.
some kind of minimal support.
Uh-huh.
So no one has to be homeless here unless he wants to, or unless he's a junkie or something. My compassion is very small for this kind of people, to be honest. So our state is perfect. We rebuilt everything. Let's see how long it lasts, because with all these Arabs, I think in a few years it breaks down.
How do you feel about Brexit, Anna?
Brexit.
Yeah.
How should I say it? I think that there is too little room for two major powers in the European Union. So we will be the
Britain's
ones
one of them.
Not really. You're out.
We are out now, but
I mean-
we was the second most biggest payer into the EU
Maybe.
after.
I hope
Right.
you do
Doesn't
well.
that kick you off a little? Like, I mean, I'm all for bringing up the low ones, but fucking shelling out all that billions and hundreds of billions into the EU when you're not maybe getting quite that back in return in commerce. You know what I mean? Like, for the UK in particular, you spend a lot of. Well, you did spend a lot into the EU, right? I mean,
Well, Germany's already they bail out everybody over there, like Egypt and.
Disconnected. I'm back. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's similar. It's not like that here in the U.S. with the 50 states.
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind, like the EU, the whole EU is probably this. I don't know. I'd have to look at a map, but it's probably comparable in size to the United States. Like, like
Smaller. It's smaller.
it's smaller. The entire EU is smaller. Like
I
Germany,
think so.
is it? So there you go.
Germany
I mean,
is-
right. So, I mean, it'd be like, even though they speak different language, it's still the same differences, traveling to New York or the West Coast or something like that,
Yes. It's called
as far as
Schengen.
geography goes.
the difference is, though, the rich people in San Francisco don't pay any money to the poor people in rural West Virginia. But in the EU,
Well, I mean, technically,
people
with their taxes, they do.
federal
We don't
tax.
have
Yeah.
EU. EU is
Yeah.
not about big money. It's about getting something back. You have no duty. Yeah, when you export something, you don't pay duty for it. Your companies can work anywhere. Your citizens can work anywhere. So you get a
Yeah.
lot back.
Yeah.
I mean, Germany pays a lot, but Germany, let's say, rules the EU. Our companies are everywhere. We bought everything. Yes, especially in the East. So what we could not achieve by war, we achieved through the
I think
European
Germany only really have a main export of beer and cars.
Union.
They're the main
and
export.
Chemicals,
Ham,
machines, everything.
ham,
And I got some electronics that were made in Germany.
Black
too.
Forest ham, right?
My
Yes.
my microwave is made
That's
in
right.
Germany.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
I can't say anything because UK don't make fuck all anymore.
Yeah, actually, well, I don't know if you guys still do, but my SUV is made in, well, the name, it's a Land Rover, so it's,
Yeah,
Right.
that's not made in UK anymore.
It's-
I don't think.
okay,
I think
sorry.
that's made in France.
well, it's a two.
France is good. Still pretty good,
I'm sure it's not made in UK anymore.
How about
What about
the old
Jaguars?
Rolls
Jaguars?
Royce?
No, none of it's made in UK anymore. I don't think. Hold on,
Oh.
one sec.
I wonder where Mini Coopers are made. The fucking things have a
Ju-
British
that-
flag on them.
They're made in Germany because they got took over by Volkswagen.
Oh, right. So
Yes.
did yeah. Many companies did actually.
Steve, Germans got it going on.
Did
They do.
Volkswagen buy Porsche or no? No, they didn't.
Yeah, Volkswagen owns Porsche.
No kidding, huh?
Or Audi, I know they own. Yeah, I think they own Porsche too. I think
And
Audi
Audi.
and Porsche.
Yeah. Some of those new Porsches are sick, man. Just beautiful. GT3 RS.
Yeah.
I got an old
And Mercedes
Volkswagen.
is made in my city, Stuttgart.
Oh, cool. Yeah, there's a lot of cool cars made in Stuttgart, right?
Yes,
Are
yes.
Are you close to Nuremberg?
No, Nuremberg is in the south. It's a few hundred kilometers from here. Not
That's
too close.
That's where the awesome
But I
racetrack
know
is.
it's yeah.
Takes like a half an hour to drive
I've
that
got
thing.
a list of currently made cars in the UK, and we do have a mini factory, but it is owned by Germany.
Of course.
We make Aston Martin.
There you go.
That's something.
We make Bentley.
Still make
Ah,
Cortinas and Anglias.
We make we don't make any Ford anymore. No, we have a lease on Honda. We make their cars in UK. We still do make Jaguar,
Oh, well, there you go.
and we do still make Land Rover, although it is now owned by India's Tata Motors.
That's right.
Limited.
That's right. Yeah.
Tighter.
But I think that might have happened after mine.
And we still make the Morgan.
French fried taters.
That's a wooden
That's a
wooden
good car.
a wooden framed car.
It looks a bit like a kit car nowadays.
Yeah.
They have a wooden frame.
Back in the 1970s, I owned both an English Ford Cortina and an English Ford Anglia, and the Cortina was just. By the time it got to me, it was a piece of junk, and I mean, it was a horror show.
My dad imports vehicles from France, and he got a Mark I Escort.
Those were the rally cars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. Those are.
It was split mint, but over here they'd be rusted to hell.
Yeah.
They just vehicles don't get looked after in this country at all.
Yeah. Those old rally escorts were cool back in the Group B days when they really ran the shit out of cars. I don't know if you guys know anything about
I wouldn't want to rally in that Escort Mark I though, because the seats were like rickety. I put it this way: if I sat in it, the bolts would probably shear.
Go flying out the door.
I would say I agree with Tosser, but I would throw in the early 70s. There was some nice muscle cars before the gas shortage of the 70s, like 71, 2, 3.
I'd absolutely love
the
a Ford
embargo.
Mustang.
That damn embargo in the early 1970s, the Arab oil embargo.
I think I'd love a 66 Mustang.
Those are nice. That's a little old for me. I like the 68, 69 Fastback or the 68 GTO. Love that shit. But the Corvettes were fast as hell. I mean, the old
those new C8 Corvettes are pretty cool.
With the center-mounted engine?
Yeah, they are.
That's a nasty car, man.
Like you get them for like $70,000, $80,000.
Yeah, and they could compete with Ferraris for like $400K.
Right, right. That some tosser said the RS 2000. That was a cool car.
I probably wouldn't mind a nice DeLorean as well, like a really good condition one.
Yeah, the DeLorean. RS 2000 was that little Honda bucket two-seater. Is that right?
I think it was it a Ford? I think it might have been a Ford. It was like
for RS 2000
kind of a hatchbacky kind of a thing.
I think the RS 2000 had a red top Cosworth engine in.
Okay.
Some had the scoop on the roof.
Yeah, they make it. Toyota's remaking like the Supra now, and I think there's another one they've teamed up with BMW to make their cars.
The Supra is it's a Z9 or whatever it is
with the BMW engine, right?
Yeah, just basically the same frame, same engine.
Yeah, totally.
Truth be told, I can't. What was it called now? That it was an electric car that Richard Hammond had a almost fatal accident in. I forgot what it's called, but that looked quite nice.
Oh yeah, where he was on the out in the a countryside and he ran off the road.
Yeah. It did side flips, but that looked awesome. That goes fast as hell. Yeah,
it was cool. It was like $1 million car too, and he just wrecked it.
Oh yeah, and it's pretty safe if he came off of that at the speed he did, and that many barrel rolls. That's a safe car.
I don't know if you remember the Mitsubishi Eclipses, the 2000.
That's it, the Rimac.
The 2006 and 2007 models. I bought a GT that had a beautiful burnt orange. I think it was called Pearlescent Sunset. and it was just this beautiful orange, color. And I held on to that car for about 4 or 5 years, and it was wonderful. 6-cylinder, running about it was just under 300 horsepower, and the horsepower to weight ratios was just fantastic. And I never got in trouble with it, but I would open it up periodically out on the highways. Very, very nice, very nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And I wish we could live over there where they have the Autobahn. That shit looks incredible.
Yeah,
Do you drive on the Autobahn, Anna?
Yes, of course.
Do you have a car that can go fairly fast? Do you have a car that you can do
I have a
150?
Volvo from 1998.
That's
So,
pretty nice. Any Volvo is pretty nice.
It's
So what
going
do you
to-
ride around 100 kph?
I drive with only 140 and 50 kilometers per hour. The
140,
maximum.
150. That's not bad. Cool.
Yes.
And have you seen like McLarens and Ferraris and Lamborghinis on the Autobahn just bombing like crazy
Yes, it
fast?
just passed me by like a road sign.
Like you
Yeah.
literally, it's like
Oh,
1
man.
second, right? They're fucking gone. That's so. I'd love to see
In
what
Germany,
that's
there's
like.
no speed limits. You can drive as fast as you can.
That's amazing.
It's not like Austria.
I can't imagine what that would feel like to have someone going by at twice. If you're going 125, they're going 250. Like
Quite loud. It's quite loud.
yeah, they spend a lot of money on those exhausts.
That was a deep belch.
Biscuit vapes.
Deep. Came from his gut.
That's right. That's right.
Came from
The gut is speaking.
Biscuit. We could hear that burp, man. It came from down deep too.
That's right. That's right.
I guess that's the downside of having a really good mic.
Yeah, your mic is louder this week, I noticed. Unless maybe
Let me ask you guys: have you heard about an aluminum shortage? So there's going to be like less beer cans available.
Oh no.
I've heard that.
Oh
I know
no.
the grocery store shelves are not quite as abundant. Canned goods are, less abundant. I mean, they're there. There's still plenty selection to get food, but
Right.
there are shortages, and I think it might be what you're talking about relative to aluminum.
Yeah.
Might be.
I mean, food, nah, but beer, I'm concerned.
Yeah, I know, man. I hear you. Or just because there's a wheat shortage, Smokesteve. I mean, you would be freaking right now.
No, I
Yeah, weed shortage.
Anyways, listen, so my lady, the manager down at my store, tells me today we can only get 30 packs a week now. So I'm like, I'll take 4, literally. The kid's walking out with the dolly. I'm like, come on, young man, load up the car. Here's got my 120 beers. And I'm like, well, what am I going to do in a couple weeks? What if we're fucking dry by then?
There's a beer.
Stock a liquor store behind me, so I have the whole fucking thing right here, and I'm like, all right.
Surely there shouldn't be any aluminum shortages with the amount of 747s that got wrecked.
Yeah.
I don't know. Aircraft grade
Of course
aluminum on a beer can, the thing would probably be like, whoa.
Yeah, but if you mix it with whatever to make whatever impurities
Sure.
to make it more aluminium, then you got more aluminium.
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 I know. That's a big difference between the British, language, English spoken over there in England and in America.
We're not lazy. We pronounce it.
Oh, yeah.
How do you say nuclear?
Nuclear.
All right, cool. So, I mean, usually aluminium people might be nuclear also. Are we all nuclear here?
Yeah, nuclear.
Oh, yeah.
Nuclear.
Nuclear, come on,
Nuclear.
no fucking way, dude. Hi, Anna.
Yes.
Hi.
Like nuclear, as in NU, clear water type nuclear.
Right, yeah.
I thought it was spelled NYOU. Nuclear.
George Jr., JW Jr. used to say nuclear.
Yeah, nuclear.
George Jr. What?
George Bush.
I miss that guy, don't you?
Not you.
Not me. Okay, good.
The president. the ex-pres, past.
Oh yeah, W.
Oh, Obama, the best one.
Well, yeah, some say.
You can't deny his alpha magnetism.
Oh God Almighty!
I'm not in America, so I can't talk to his presidency. But as a man himself, he's a much better man than any other president was.
One of the best memes I've ever seen is a greeting line.
Hold on, before anyone else goes anywhere else, show me one other president that did a mic drop live on television.
No, he was hit.
Exactly.
One of the best memes I ever saw, Obama greeting a bunch of people. First guy, white businessman. Second guy, black guy, looks kind of cool, down, whatever. First guy, Obama walks up, proper handshake. Second guy, he's like, "What up, man?"
That's key.
High five and gives him a half hug and shit.
That's a Key and Peele skit, and it is hilarious.
There's a video of our Prime Minister, David Cameron, and Obama. Obama goes to shake these guys, and after Obama shakes this guy's hand, he turns around to watch Obama shake the other guy's hand, and David Cameron's there trying to shake him. He's looking at him like, you going to shake the hand, dude, or what? And he's looking at Obama shake the other guy's hand instead. It was funny.
Yeah, that Boris Johnson of him running over the kid in the fucking rugby thing when he's wearing the suit. He looks like Tommy Boy with his fucking suit falling off. Nails the poor little foreign kid. The kid's on the ground.
That's why we call him Bumbling Boris, don't we?
That was a class. I mean, he grabs the rugby ball and thinks he's going to be funny or something, but god damn, stay in your lane, dude. Christ. Oh, hilarious.
It doesn't help that he's probably the most obese prime minister we've ever had.
Ooh.
Johnson.
Yeah. He's the most heavyweight prime minister we've ever. Oh no, Churchill will probably be bigger.
Yeah, Churchill. Come on.
I wasn't thinking, was I?
No.
Right, Churchill though, he kind of transcends weight.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant man.
Yeah, great quote. I think he's the one who said when you're
he was a brilliant man, but unfortunately, he was a racist.
And a war criminal.
No, the times are different. The times are different.
He had nothing on Hitler, Anna says.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
Hitler is Hitler. But the other side was supposed to be better.
They're looking at we in London. We have a statue of Churchill, and they're thinking of ripping it down because of Black Lives Matter. Because of Black Lives Matter, they're thinking of ripping it down.
Yeah. Well, that's what Marxists do. They tear down shit.
Okay. Sorry.
They got a nice blend with the theocracy of the Islamists, and they all are anti-Western. Culture.
But Britain supported Islamists. Britain founded Saudi Arabia. Britain always supported Islamists in Islam. Always.
Yeah.
They supported the Turks. They supported Saudi Arabia. Support all of this. Jihadists in Syria.
I can't comment. Yes. I wasn't into the news back then.
I'm just making faces. Don't mind me. I
was not into the news back then when they was doing whatever they were doing. Back when it was Tony Blair, I wasn't watching news.
Tony Blair. He was in with George W. Jr., I believe. It was Tony Blair on the other side. So they were serving at the same time.
Yeah. That sounds right.
According to what I've seen, Tony Blair started the war in Iraq and made a lot of problems for us.
Well, yeah.
Say that again.
There was
Tony Blair sent troops over to Iraq and started a load of rubbish and war and a lot of trouble. You could even say that 9/11 was Tony Blair's fault.
Well, you're talking
Oh,
you're
dude.
talking about like Desert
that.
Storm, maybe in the early '90s, created the animosity for what happened in 2001. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a long-standing hatred for the U.S. I mean, they tried to
No.
blow up. They tried to blow up the World Trade Center in '93.
93.
I know that
that was long
they
term.
put a bomb in the basement, I believe, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean,
They weren't that far off from
yeah,
succeeding.
we have to apply the dickish title where it belongs, which is out there in the Middle East.
Yeah, but people who attacked the World Trade Center were Saudi Arabians, not Iraq. People from Iraq.
Yeah,
So
well,
Saudi Arabians, your allies.
theocratic,
Yes.
I
tyrants of any sort are just idiots.
I wouldn't say we were allies with Saudi
Third
Arabia,
world
but
bullshit.
possibly
Bullshit.
we're being civil with Saudi Arabia. There's a difference between ally and civil.
I mean, you protect them from Iran.
I don't think we do.
You have no sanctions on them. They had no sanctions against them.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I mean,
I don't know enough.
The hatred started back in the day when there was wars between Russia and Afghanistan, and then we basically left, and that a lot of Afghanistan and those countries got pissed at us for that, and then bizarre foreign policy at the time in the early 90s. They invaded Kuwait. Basically, we went to defend the oil fields.
Of course, like always.
Right, yeah. Remember the oil fires in the desert? The guys had to blow the whole thing up to put it out and then somehow put it back together again.
Saddam,
that was 91, 92. That was war at home. You came home from, I remember them fucking watching CNN. It was like that first night you could see
I also
the bomb.
remember that. I also watched it.
I truly believe
the anti-aircraft guns were just everywhere.
I truly believe that killing Saddam Hussein was a big mistake.
Yes, of course, because these people they cannot rule themselves. They need someone like that. Like Hussein,
as bad as Saddam Hussein was, he kept them motherfuckers in check.
Yes, and you mentioned Afghanistan. Do you know why Russia went to Afghanistan? Because they had a treaty with the government of Afghanistan to protect it. And you financed Islamists to attack this government. The Russians went in because they had a treaty. It was not an invasion, it was support. Like you supported Kuwait.
It was based on the Cold War because we did the opposite of each other. So basically they aligned. Yeah.
Again, like always.
Of course. And then the U.S. basically abandoned the Afghani allies, creating like enemies from what now would be their grandfather to the now we're dealing with their grandkids, and they're still our enemies because of all of that.
Germany is also there. Germany is also in Afghanistan. ISAF, or whatever it's called. Yeah, we're also there. Why are we there? What do we have to do there?
Because Germany is part of the UN, and I think we have obligations to the rest of Europe. So that's why Germany's probably there, because UN told them to.
Yeah, because they always are where the US is. Because we are occupied US vessel state.
Right. Yeah, you guys give us like some huge air bases in Germany, right? Like giant.
You don't give anything. You just take it.
Yeah, that's been a little issue lately where some of the assets of the U.S. military, I believe, were being diverted from German bases to other bases, and it was a fight, of sort, an agreement politically between the German, what's her name? The German old lady.
Chancellor Merkel?
Merkel and Trump, yeah.
It's Angela Merkel, isn't it?
I don't like her much.
I said Chancellor.
Chancellor. A couple of decades ago. In her youth, what Anna?
Her real name is different. She's also a Jewish name.
Is that video real of her dancing on vacation in the bathing suit?
I think so. As I said, she's a Jewish woman.
She
has no
is a
shame
fucking
anyway.
oddball, man. What a
Can't be as bad as
in her. Go ahead, Biscuit.
can't be as bad as Theresa May doing that.
Oh wait, am I thinking of her? Which one am I
Yeah,
thinking?
she was doing this on way to phone to thing.
In her youth, Merkel seemed like a real force, but as she clung to the power that she had,
Yeah.
she became
15 years, no, 14 years, I don't know.
decadent,
She's
and
chancellor since I can think.
yeah, she
The
should
guy
be
before her
out.
was better.
Yeah.
Mr. Schröder was better.
She should be
He
out
was
of
friends
that.
with Russia. He made a cooperation. Germany needs to cooperate with Russia. It's
What's
normal.
the deal? Yeah, what's the deal with the pipeline from Russia going to Germany? What's that all
Nothing.
about?
America tries sabotage it in every way possible.
Sabotage it or replace it?
What can you do offer us?
I mean, sabotage means you explode it and you make it.
No, you make up political shit to disturb
Okay.
the
Just to
program.
answer some tosser, Macron is a cunt.
Yeah, they're all cunts. They're all cunts. And they're all from the same tribe. You know which.
He needs to leave our fishing waters alone and fuck off.
Right. Yeah, but the fish swim all over the place.
Yeah, but Macron's after our waters that's just outside the UK.
Right. Macron's after your mackerel, bro.
He's after our mackerel, that's right.
He's a Jewish banker. That's what he is.
I don't mind that he's Jewish. He's just a cunt.
Right.
No, they have a special. They hate Europeans. They want us.
Yeah, but I don't mind the Jewish people per se.
It's
but Macron
coming for
is a
you,
cunt.
Biscuit Vapes. It's coming for
Well, that's
you.
good. That you don't mind them.
What is
That's a
Sorry,
rubber tip gum
What the fuck
exerciser.
is?
It's coming for the biscuit.
It looks like a sex toy.
I don't know what kind of sex toys you use, Anna.
My ex-wife would go along with any of the sex toys that piss me off. I have to admit. God damn, I had some good ones for her too. They vibrated, and they would take that little man in the canoe and do all sorts of things, and she wasn't having any of it. It was weird. Damn it! What the hell is that all about? When a woman won't accept pleasure, what do you do with a woman like that?
Was Smokesteve reenacting Hiroshima?
What was that? I was looking inward while you were doing that. What were you doing there? Okay, here he goes. He's going to do it again.
No, I'm not.
I guess he
A wise man, I'm telling you. Yes, he is.
Yeah, one time. But Aphid, come back, yo. What the guy just...
Yeah, he's gone.
He might be cooking dinner. The guy's a master chef.
Yeah. He's been hijacked by his family.
Perhaps not.
Speaking of cooking, I had a major cooking mishap.
Uh-oh.
I thought I'd do oven baked breakfast this morning with eggs, bacon, and sausage.
Oh yeah.
I put some kitchen foil on a tray. I cracked 4 eggs into the tray, and then another tray with kitchen foil, and I put bacon and sausage on, and I baked them.
You tried to bake eggs.
The eggs stuck to the foil, so they were goner. And then I pulled the sausage and bacon out of the oven, and they fell on the floor. So they ended up going to the fucking dog.
Oil on the foil.
Right. Oil on the foil.
I didn't do that. I did it dry.
You oil that foil, man, and you get some really good results.
I did it dry, but to be fair, the eggs had been on the windowsill for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think they were very good anyway.
I mean,
But
you refrigerate your eggs, right? You're not one of those freaks that doesn't refrigerate eggs.
No, I leave my eggs in the cupboard.
What?
They last just as long. They're just bit more runny. That's all.
Keep an eye on them. Yeah.
Only problem is I left them on a windowsill in a carrier bag in the egg box, and they was rather warm when I got to them.
out of a dozen eggs, it's been a couple weeks ago.
This wasn't. It wasn't a dozen. It was 15.
Oh yeah. They come in that amount too. But I had to throw some away. I looked at the date, the expiration date, and at one point I was about a week beyond the expiration date, and I did put 4 into an omelet, and they seemed okay. But when I first cracked them before I whipped them up, to go into the omelet, they had
mushrooms.
Something on the yolk was on there. And then I threw some others away.
My process with all eggs is get a jug, fill it with water. I check the sink. If the sink, they're usually okay. And then after that, I crack them into a cup, and then I smell them to see if they're still okay.
I smell them. That's how you do it.
To all intents and purpose, even though they'd been on the windowsill for 2 weeks, it sunk and it didn't stink, but they were very runny, so I thought they were okay.
Runny eggs that didn't stink. That's good.
They didn't stink.
If they float in water, they are off.
That's right. That's right.
I see he says that. So I'm guessing, what happens inside, that the bacteria produce gas. The gas is buoyant, and then they float. That means they're dead.
That's not true. What happens is the egg evaporates, and it has more of an air. It has more of an air pocket inside the egg. Therefore, it floats.
Those ass pockets are bad.
Air pocket, not ass pocket.
What do you think?
Obviously, the egg
logo on it.
The eggshell is breathable, so that obviously the embryo can breathe.
I'm sorry, I'm changing the subject. Anna, stand up and show us the logo on your jersey. It's got all sorts of good.
It looks like a hockey jersey.
It looks like New York Rangers.
Yes, stand up and show us. Don't you have a logo on it?
It's Buffalo Bills.
Okay, cool.
Buffalo Bills. Do you like the Bills?
Is that hockey?
All right.
Oh, who's the player? Who's number 2?
Is that hockey or football? Manuel.
Cool enough. Who the hell's Manuel?
I don't know. I just like the color.
Yeah. Just thanks for doing that. I was interested.
I have a lot of these jerseys. I have like 50 jerseys. I don't.
I have one. I have one.
I can't stand jerseys. I can't stand jerseys because of the polyester. It irritates my skin.
No, you wear cotton.
Yeah.
Oh, is that one cotton? Oh, you wear cotton underneath.
Of course.
My next door neighbor in the condo, that I live in, I saved his bacon by putting down, towels when a hurricane came in about 3 years ago, and he came into town with a Washington Redskins jersey that had the name that I go by. He had that player's name on the back. That player's last name is my middle name and the name that I go by. And it's pretty cool. I have this wonderful jersey that has my name, that I go by on the back of the jersey right there.
Cool.
Yeah. And it was like those jerseys as label, I don't know what you call them, copyrighted items. They're like, $50 to $100 items. So, by doing what I did, I probably saved him like $2,000-$3,000 problem, between his insurance and other problems. I don't know if you know about that. It's called wind-driven rain. And when you get, 60, 70 mile an hour rain coming into like sliding glass doors, it gets into the area between the doors, and it just comes right on in. It seeps in gallons, into the.
I was watching a live feed from my Padre at Boca Chica, Texas, where SpaceX is, and today they had literally rain that I thought was fog, but it was that thick with rain. It was just rain.
That's the other word that we were thinking of. The English folks say literally, and it's literally. It's literally.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
But you say literally. Always.
Literally, yeah. Literally.
Literally. Yeah. Literally. It's literally. It's literally.
I suppose it might just be me being very lazy and talking.
Oh no, it's
literally.
common. I mean, the guys, the main guys on Trigger Warning and Trigger Warning.
Yeah,
they do it all the time.
I would say
I think literally would be proper English.
I would say the G man probably says literally, and the H man probably says the proper literally. You know what I mean? There's a little difference in their speech for sure. With that,
yeah. What?
I have another question. What do you say about my English? Because
you've got a little bit of a German accent, but other than that, your English is really good.
Oh yeah,
yes, I learned for 10 years in school, in university as well. So I hope.
I know just enough Spanish to get around in a Spanish-speaking country. I could rent motel rooms, order food, minimal. I mean, in my college years, I had to take both high school and college years. I took, I don't know. I mean, it was hell. Every year.
Why did you have to?
I guess it was part of the college prep. I was in a college preparatory course, sequence.
Okay.
And I think I took it I know I took it in junior high for at least 2 years. And then in high school, I think I took, Spanish for at least 2 years. And then in college, I took it all 3 years. I had to take at least one Spanish course. And, I know something about conjugating the Spanish verbs and things like that, but I'm not.
I mean, my German is literally this: Danke.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
I mean, how does that sound to a German person?
It'll keep you out of trouble, Just keep saying
Danke. Danke. Say again.
Danke means thank you.
Yeah, I know it means thank you, but is the accent?
My German comes from old, what was that show with Colonel Klink? Hogan's Heroes?
Yeah.
Just fucking goofy,
Yeah.
For all shit, I don't know anything.
Really.
The US has many people with German.
Robert, what was his name? Robert somebody. He got into some weird sex.
Robert Shaw, right?
I don't know, but he died a weird death. I don't know if you remember that, but I mean, if you look it up, the star of Hogan's Heroes, put that into a search engine, and you'll get who that is. Cool. I don't know who it is. Robert Culp, maybe not Robert Culp. That's another Robert. What were you going to say, Anna?
Nothing. I just want to say that there's so many people who have German ancestry. Don't learn German in schools. In your schools, I would expect to learn the language because, for example, I know in Ohio, for example, there are a lot of German people. Have several millions. Even Trump himself is half German. So
I'm half German.
He also ruled the US.
Well, beer is beer, right? You call beer beer?
Beer.
Beer.
I-E-R.
Close enough, dude. Beer, right? I mean, fuck, I can say that.
Well, that's the most important word. You don't need any more words, right?
All right. Well, how would you say marijuana or cannabis?
Excuse me?
How would you say marijuana or cannabis? How would you say that there?
We call it grass.
Grass. Dude, I'm all set. Beer and grass. It's like I'm in the 70s.
We call it grass in
UK. 20 words for that, but grass is typical and some other words.
You got everything you need to know.
Beer,
the thing is, German and English is based on Latin, so a lot of the words will be very similar.
No, I'm sorry, no, they're not. They're Germanic languages.
Based on German.
Yeah, but German is based on Latin. All European languages are based on Latin.
I'm sorry, no, they're Indo-Germanic languages. Latin is like a tree. Many languages. Latin is just one of the older ones, but it's not. It's based on an old language coming from, I don't know from where, Asia somewhere, I don't know. And it's all based on one language, even Russian. Yeah. Even Russian has words that are related to German words. Yeah, so they all have
I
one
s-
root.
I
Except
stand
Albanian, except Basque language, except, I don't know, few languages are not, but most are.
I'm on my 6th beer. I stand corrected.
I'm sorry. I
It's
have
okay.
studied it later.
So Lee Howells, aluminum. I burped, but aluminum. I mean,
Aluminium. It is aluminium.
aluminium. Right. I see what you're saying. The I. We make the I silent.
Is that how it's spelled?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's wrong. Let's look this up. Come on now.
I think
Good
that's how you
call.
spell it.
No, that's not correct. It's I don't know. I'm too drunk to think.
No. See, she added the I. Lee, whoever he or she, I don't even know, added the I. Aluminum doesn't have
Yeah.
a fucking I, dude.
That's right.
Aluminum.
Aluminum.
Well, it has one I. Let's say that. The first I is correct.
Aluminum.
No extra I. It does look funny with the I.
Yeah, that ain't right.
That ain't right. Yeah, we know that. Nice try.
That's how I pronounce it. Aluminium.
And now you're adding like Al Green to it. Aluminium? I mean, Al, come on. It's just aluminum. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
it's aluminium.
Aluminium.
Oh,
See,
Jesus.
my supervisor has appeared back here.
Literally.
Oh, back. Yeah.
Beast.
Yeah. I'm not going to start looking up every word. Like, I'll start second guessing everything. Let's see what Charlotte said. What is the capital of Kenya?
Nairobi.
Mabagwa.
Nairobi.
Yeah,
Mabagwa, Kenya.
That's
I
fine.
know all the capitals. You can ask me any capital.
Any question?
No, any capital.
Oh, any capital. I meant that. Yeah. Okay. So do you know U.S. states?
Uh-oh.
That's... Why should I? Are they
Right. So,
countries?
no, that's fair enough. Okay. Cool.
I know
Any-
the capital of America.
All right. Yeah.
Washington, D.C.
That's correct.
Caribbean.
Capital of Poland.
Caribbean.
Warsaw.
Is that correct?
That I don't know.
Ethiopia.
I think it is. I'm quarter Polish. I should know that, but I don't.
Ethiopia.
Jerusalem.
Israel
Yeah.
is a country.
I thought Israel was a country.
Yeah, but you said Jerusalem, so I say country.
Jerusalem is the
Oh,
capital of Israel.
Right, got you. Yes.
Israel does not exist. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't exist.
At the risk of getting into trouble, I have to say that the capital of Niger is please.
Oh.
Niger.
What? Say what?
What? Yeah, the cat made me do it. I didn't mean to do that. Come on.
Cypher, have you had a drink?
Yes.
Niger.
Yes, that's inappropriate. I admit it, but
Niger, please.
And he says it again.
I didn't do that. Where did that come from? Huh?
What about
Oh, dear.
Nigeria?
Nigeria.
I don't know. Anything.
Mabagwa.
You could just say anything. You know,
Yeah,
you got
Chat.
Look it up.
I mean, if you behave halfway, you don't get into trouble. It's only the worst of the offenders that get nabbed.
Nice cat. It's
Yeah.
as big as a little goat.
What? Say?
It's as big as a little goat. Very
Goat.
fat cat.
Goat.
Cat.
Yeah.
He's about a 10.5 pounder. They're actually not
What
that
the hell?
big.
Okay.
I have a female that's over there about 5 yards away, and she's a little bit smaller than this guy. But yeah, he's sort of a meatloaf beast.
Yeah, I wish I could have cats, but I got the allergies. Something
You
bad.
mentioned that, last week. It's
I do like them because they're cool. They show up for like 5 minutes. You give them some love, and then you're out, and they'll fucking do their thing.
Yeah.
You don't feel bad about cats. Dogs, they're a different level. They
Put the guilt trips on you.
they need more attention. Cats are.
Yeah.
You have
Charlotte-
your cats have their own little community with each other.
Charlotte Binns
Right.
asks to
I
name
make sure
two
to have-
principalities, whatever that is.
Say that again, Biscuit.
Charlotte Binns asks, name two principalities, whatever that means.
That's got
Hey, two
more than 2
principalities.
syllables. I'm out.
Principalities. I could get some beers for this.
Sounds biblical to me.
I've finished my last of my 6 beers, but I have another 4 in the fridge. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
What the hell? They're only small ones, right? Like big ones.
No, they're hot. They're pints.
What the fuck? Okay, I have to catch up.
Uh-oh. Looks like Mr. Some Tosser thinks that this has put us into the private area. Could be, Could be.
Really?
Niger,
think so?
please.
Oh, maybe that. Maybe that.
Yeah, it could be.
I thought it's
Maybe
spelled
that. But Niger is a country or a town or whatever it is, isn't it?
it's a country in Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So saying Niger and then please, maybe you're
Africa
asking
is
the
huge.
country.
Just the capital. It's the capital.
Is it a capital? Yeah.
Sniper this said it.
It's
Like
I would like to go to Niger, please.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's all it means.
But have you ever noticed that ginger, which is another race that's
Oh, ginger.
that's
That's a British deal. Yeah.
Ginger people are also ostracized, but if you take the anagram of ginger, it is also another word.
I thought the capital of that country was Knock.
Hey, what ginger?
No, Niger.
Oh no! If you take the anagram of ginger, it makes another word that shall not be named in this stream.
Yeah. You don't go unnecessarily where you don't have to go. No need for that.
I'm just going to take a quick break.
Yeah.
And I'll be back in 2 minutes.
I'm trying to make B stay up here instead of getting down like he always does.
The problem is six beers. It kind of opens a flood.
Yeah, I can do that.
Surely can, my friend. See you shortly. I'll mute him and just remind me when he comes back. So
Okay. Song quiz. Okay, Charlotte, let's go for a song quiz.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
What are you smoking there, Aphid? Cigarette?
Yeah, just a cigarette.
Anything good? American Spirit?
Winston's, because they're all natural. They're healthy and good for you.
Welcome to the 1970s with Winston cigarettes.
They're ultralights too, and I get the hundreds because they give you like twice as much.
Do they give you a cowboy hat too?
No, but I do got a Pia hat.
Oh, no kidding. The old Pia hat. Yeah, I haven't seen her or Duke.
Well, they were on vacation for 2 or 3 weeks. I think they're back now, though.
Do you have a way to get them and say, hey, come on with Smokesteve?
Yeah.
Do it, man. I love those two.
I haven't smoked since about 2007 or 8. Go ahead, Adrian.
Super. Well, I was just gonna tell them it's super late there.
I know.
It's probably like 3 or 4 in the morning.
But it is Saturday. But yeah, usually I'm not up at 3 or 4 in the morning which would be Sunday, I guess. So yeah, I hear thee. Hey, welcome back.
I hear thee.
Yes. Hey.
What's
Just
going
be 2
on?
o'clock in the morning because in Germany it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
They're in
Half past 1.
Sweden, Sam?
Pretty late.
1 hour past you, Sweden?
Sweden, I don't know. To be honest, maybe. I don't think so.
All right, well, look it up.
Count them 3 brewskis on the queue for biscuit vapes.
Biscuit, I think you might have to unmute yourself. Did I mute you?
You don't remember?
No, I can't unmute him. Fuck.
He did it himself. Well,
Oh, here we go. I got it.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, wait, no, I did it, and he undid it.
There you go. Okay, now you
You
got
can
it.
do it again. All right, he's back. All right.
All right.
Yeah, good. What is that, Mountain Dew? No, Heineken.
What?
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it looks like it, kind of, right?
Well, it's not. What's that green bottle? Green can beer.
Heineken.
Heineken. Is it Heineken?
Yep.
That's a different. Oh, he
How
went.
can you drink this? I don't know.
It's like the label from the bottles we get here, George,
That's
but
the
it's
real
the
beer.
entire can with three
Yeah.
those cans. You know,
I won't buy the bottles anymore because they smell like marijuana.
they get skunky. I agree.
My
Yeah.
cat is playing the organ. Get off there.
Pipe organ.
No, I've got an electronic keyboard. I've got it set to like an organ setting, and the cat. They've never walked on it before, and he's trying to walk on it. So
That's cute.
sort of humorous. I'm giving him a good neck rub right now. You can't really see it. He's getting the whole deal right now.
Anyone else besides Cypher and Biscuit own pets? Aphid and
Yeah, I do.
What do you got,
I
Aphid?
got a dog.
You seem like a
Two dogs.
tarantula guy.
I know. I got 2 dogs. I got a saltwater tank, a freshwater tank.
I thought you were going to say saltwater crocodile then, Aphid.
No.
I don't know.
What's in the saltwater tank?
Hmm?
What's in the saltwater tank?
Some snails, and then mostly damsels, because they're really hardy, and because a lot of times you'll pay like $50 for a fish, and then a month later he's dead. You know, so
I
it's
like a nice damsel.
so you can get
Have you ever
damsels.
heard of starlight comets? They're like a goldfish, but they've got like a little nubbin on the nose.
Oh yeah, nubbin. Oh yeah.
And
I don't
they've
know.
got and they've got a streak of lightning down the body.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I have one that's kind of like that. He's all black and he's got blue like lightning bolts.
It's Oregon. That's just before I go into the nursing home, Alan. Gonna get what I can while I can get it. Alan's been after me, a couple of times here on the sidebar. He was talking about me going to the nursing home earlier.
Alan's a fairly nice guy.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. Oh yeah, he's pretty nice, that Alan. Oh yeah.
When I watch Lab Padre on YouTube, it sounds eerily like you, Cypher. I could swear you're moonlighting on that channel.
What's his name?
It's called Lab Padre. It's
Spell it out. Spell it out.
LABPADRE.
Okay.
And it's a live. Basically, it's 24/7 on YouTube for Boca Chica, Texas, with the SpaceX. The whole site.
Wow.
And there's a guy that there's like 6 people that talk on it, and one of them sounds just like Cypher.
I wish I was moonlighting for some bucks. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I'm not poor, but I could use some money.
Yeah. But these guys nowadays, dude, when they get rich, it's not in the millions anymore. It's in the billions. It's crazy.
Wait, what?
Just when people in the old days, to make like $15 or $20 million would have been very, very successful. Now, websites are selling for $1 billion, $5 billion, $15 billion to these people who may have started them 5 years earlier. I think the WhatsApp guys sold it for an astronomical amount of money. And there was a couple of them that did that.
There's TikTok's being trying to be bought, aren't they, by Microsoft and whatnot?
Right, that's a big deal between China and the United States.
Well, it's not a deal. It's a threat by Trump, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
He's gonna have to pay Trump if he's gonna buy that.
And I think the guys who started Netflix got out early,
Anna?
And they got about
Anna.
Yeah.
Oh, she's nodding off.
You okay?
I did try. Yeah.
Stop that! Yeah, stop that.
She must just say Heil Hitler.
Yeah, she's having fun over there.
She's
out.
not doing the meth. She's not doing the meth tonight, apparently.
It
Yes,
could be.
please.
I have difficulty if I drink and put my Neurontin and my Tizanidine in there with it. I end up going to sleep in the armchair while I'm watching.
Mind you, Anna, are you two hours ahead of the UK?
Yeah, she's
I
it's
think
like
so.
3 o'clock over there by
so-
now, isn't it?
Yes,
Close to it.
Yeah,
One
nearly
hour.
3.
2:45.
All right, so what did you say it was, Anna?
No, it's 1:44.
You're only 1 hour ahead of me then.
1 hour, yes.
Too bad.
1 hour, yeah. But I think it's because of daylight savings. We're 1 hour ahead of our normal.
Right, you're in
Yes.
British summertime, right?
Yeah.
After that we change, yes.
Yeah, it fucks me up every time. When we have our spring ahead, when it comes is fall behind, we set our clock back an hour. We're going to be closer to them, I think. But then they set back like a week or two later, so then we're all a little earlier,
Yeah,
Right?
I don't know. It's very strange. I don't know why they do that.
You do it too in your
It's
country,
rubbish.
right, Anna? You switch, same as everyone else?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So Arizona doesn't. I don't know of any other places that don't, but the state of Arizona does not. do that.
Arizona.
Yeah.
But
So what if somebody lived just outside Arizona and worked in Arizona? Would they have to work to the Arizona time, or would they have to work to their own time?
Yeah, Arizona time.
I think so, yes.
It's bizarre. They would have to leave their house an hour early, an hour and a half early if it was a half-hour drive. Basically.
Yeah.
If it was, Let's not go there.
That's ridiculous.
I don't even know.
They all drive DeLoreans.
Yeah.
They have to get to 88 miles an hour.
88.
Which is above the speed limit.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you guys in America have a maximum 70 mile. Well, what would be equivalent to 70 mile an hour, wouldn't you?
Well,
on a motorway.
Rarely on the wide open road in like Dakota, it's 75 north or south.
Is that miles or kilometers?
Miles.
Yeah,
But
miles an
for
hour.
most of the country,
Like 90.
it's 65.
All right, okay.
Go ahead,
It's
Aphid.
very slow.
I was just saying it's like 90 kilometers per hour or something. I think. I don't know.
Oh yeah. So-
Which equates to about 65, 70, doesn't it?
right. Exactly.
Yeah. Which is our maximum speed limit in UK.
Yeah.
What, Anna?
Very slow. Too slow.
It is. I agree, Anna. You in
Autobahn
Germany are lucky with the autobahn. No speed limit.
Yeah. Really.
So, you don't
Yeah.
need that.
Have you ever took advantage though, Anna?
My shitty car does not allow that. But if I had a good car, I would drive faster, yeah.
If you had a faster car, it would be faster. Yes.
I'm still alive, so it's okay, I guess.
That's cool. Hey, at least you
After
get to be
Anna, are you
So-
still teaching in school, or are you in school? I know
Look,
that you.
I am. It's a long story, but I keep it short.
Yeah.
Basically, my university study was translation, English and Russian. I worked like this for 10 years, and then I studied something else, teaching. And now I'm an educator. It's like this after school care. No, we're not really teachers. We are the other in the afternoon, because I work only 32 hours, and I get paid quite well for that.
The money is good.
Yeah, I get up at 10 o'clock. I go there around lunchtime.
Yeah.
So it's a good deal, yeah.
So yeah, the money is good. You're making good money.
No, but it's enough money. Not
Okay.
good, but
Well,
enough.
enough. Okay, that's good. Better
If I
than
wanted
not.
to make good money, I would just, I don't know, do something else, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you're young.
Just came out ladies and shit
Things
like
will-
that.
Opportunities will arise for you, no doubt.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
When we make the revolution, then we will do everything.
I feel a little
This is
guilty that
quite
I
a
feel
world we live in right now.
I
tell you.
feel a little guilty that I'm on disability and I get like £1,300 a month.
I should probably get on
What?
disability. I'm a wreck.
Yeah,
How many?
1,000,
I'm such a fighter. that I've always been-
1,300 a month.
Okay, that's
My Social
a bit
Security is
less than I
like
get
just
for
under
working.
right at 800,
Laziness.
and then about
It's not
of that
laziness. I've got a severe back problem.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. I'm
I'm
glad
sorry
you were
they-
able to get that.
And I
But
hope you get to it better. It's
Yeah.
was a
It
choice.
is self-inflicted with the obesity, so I need to.
Yeah, I don't judge anyone. If you feel
No.
bad, then get it. My half brother also is not
yeah,
quite well.
just,
It's okay.
keep it, the best equation you can for yourself. I mean, there's a
That's
point
it.
where-
I'm hoping to get what's it called, the surgery as soon as possible. I was supposed to have it by now,
Mhm.
but
Well, if
COVID obviously
you'll
fucked it up.
floss and use the rubber gum tip, and the water pick, and gargle properly, you'll lose a lot of weight.
You think? I don't think that's the way weight loss works.
It's not.
Um,
It's not really sarcasm, but it's not really serious either.
Well,
no, but can I say something? I know it's just. I mean, you can do what you want, but I know people who are very obese, and they help themselves just by doing this. They just eat a bit less, and 4 or 5 times a day. These little portions.
That is
Help.
very what's the word? Stating the obvious.
I'm right.
Depends on depends on what your condition is. Your condition.
I mean, at the moment, I probably consume about 1,600 calories a day, and I'm not losing weight. But
Wow,
but
that's low.
But the problem is, my body shuts down and I sleep all day, so I'm not burning the calories that I am consuming.
Yeah, you got things going on. I'm actually right at the borderline. I think I'm still considered clinically what's called morbidly obese myself, with a body fat content that's somewhere between 35 and 40%, somewhere like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I didn't weigh, up until I was about close to 50, I couldn't make myself weigh above 190. And then, when I sort of surrendered to the pain aspects, that I've talked about on shows before, I went into a long-term, opioid maintenance program from about 2002 until 2010. And during that time, I had a girlfriend that was, I wouldn't call her a good influence on me, but she wasn't a bad influence on me. I can't blame her for what I was doing. But I got sloppy, really sloppy. And, I slowly began getting up into the 210s, 220s. And then when I moved into this condo where I live now, I got away from any kind of oversight from any other adult person. And for about...
Is that pound, Cypher?
Yes, it's pounds. Yeah, it's
well,
pounds.
What you're talking about in pounds is what I weigh in kilograms.
All right. Well, I went from, my high weight of somewhere between 220, 225 from 2010 to 2012 and a half before I began dating my last ex-wife, Gloria. I was constantly buying top shelf bourbon, getting online with another website and playing, and I would just schlep down, every night. Every night I was drinking close to a fifth, and that's pure unusable calories. And I started getting into the weight of about between 260 and 270 on my pounds. And it's been very, very difficult to back off that, to get those habit patterns under control. And when I got married to Gloria, I tried. I started doing things that were, what did he do? Disappear? Did he just
Yeah, he's gone. He gone.
Yeah,
That boy gone.
listen to me moan and groan about my weight. I don't blame him.
I was going to play him out. I was coming up with the song in my head, but he just decided to just bust.
Yeah, I saw him looking at you, you idiot, or you Cypher. Yeah. But, yeah, so, I mean, I've been fighting that. Right now, I'm just under 250. So, I mean, in the mornings when I weigh out, I weigh up myself out every morning, and I'm just under 250. And, I mean, I really should be under 200. There's no two ways about it. You look at my face, and, I mean, I don't look like an obese person. But when but if I stand up and you see, on the backs of my hips and my belly, I've got the potato shape, that an obese.
I mean, I could say the same about myself. I don't look obese in the face.
Right.
Not really. I don't have that, like, in the neck and whatnot. I'm getting it, but I'm not there yet.
Yeah. Well, I've got the turkey neck, Where is it? Yeah. Let's see, on this side, you should be able to see. That's where I had let's see, it's hard to do it. That's where the neurosurgeon went in to my neck on the, the discectomy. I had a fusion where I had two vertebrae fused together with a bone graft, and I had a disc removed. I think it was C4, the C4 disc removed.
Is that a lower disc, is it?
What?
Is that a lower back disc?
No, it's here, up in the neck. It's a neck cervical.
So it goes from one ear down to whatever it is down there, higher as you go lower. I don't know how to number it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got the cervical, then you got the thoracic, then you got the lumbar. So up in the neck, there's 8 cervical discs, I believe is correct. And I have a titanium spacer where one of the discs should be, and then in order to stabilize that, on the back of the vertebra, the two vertebra, there's a bone graft that stabilizes where that titanium spacer, and on the X-ray, there's screws. There's actually screws.
I used to swim a lot in Norfolk, but because of COVID, obviously I can't go swimming anymore. But I used to go swimming like twice a week.
Yeah. After the surgery, this weird, where is it? I'm trying to do it backwards. That weird, vein was never in my neck before. And, the guy just rearranged things, in my neck, so it's sort of weird. Frankenstein neck. Good time. I'm happy.
Swimming was good for me. I did get a lot of exercise swimming, but obviously all swimming places are shut now in UK.
Really? Still?
Yeah.
How far are you at the ocean, dude?
The ocean, about 70 miles.
70.
And I don't have a car. All the trains are down.
On a good day where it's not raining, you take that scooter out. Pretty good to go.
But the bike goes about 6 miles before it's dead.
6 miles? What? Doesn't it have gas? Is it electric?
No, it's electric. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 6 miles.
Do you guys have a pond or a lake, like a swimming hole?
I do, but it's full of blue-green algae.
Algae. What? Algae? What? Algae.
That's what we call it, Georgie.
That's right. Here in America.
America.
That's right.
Algae I can go with because it's funny, because I hate algae. It all sucks. It fucking fills up the fresh water, covers the boat engines and the boat hulls. So
I used to go when I was about 22 stone-ish. I used to go kayaking in the same lake.
Full of algae.
Didn't bother me. I had an inflatable kayak.
The swimming pool, trade was my old trade, and one of my customers, it just was extremely amusing. He called it, you have a type of
I'll
algae
quickly
black
tell
algae.
Charlotte I am in Yorkshire. I'm in Doncaster.
Okay.
And he called it the black allergy. The
Uh-huh.
black allergy. It's black algae. Black algae.
Right.
The black allergy. Looking good there, Anna. You get close to the cam.
I'm here, yes.
Got a good
I listen
skin
to you.
tone. Yes. Your cheeks are nice.
And you don't have headphones, earbuds, earpods, over
Well, not that it matters. We can't. There's no
around the
feedback.
ear, anything. You got
Old
nothing.
laptop. I have nothing. I have a microphone.
There's no feedback.
No, it's fine.
You hear me?
Yeah. You don't
Listen
listen
to
to podcasts ever at work
Yeah,
with headphones.
I did hurt my neck. It was aggravated from lifting. I did a competition. Actually, but the final thing that made me fall apart was I was doing a fitness competition, and I did 70 dips at a minute and 1 minute on a dip bar, and I got stuck. Halfway up, halfway down on a dip bar. And I think that the squeezing pressures were what finally caused a protrusion in the vertebra that caused the entanglement, a little bit of the entanglement of the spinal cord. The spinal cord is the correct term, I think.
Yeah, dips can be dangerous because you can dislocate your shoulder.
Yeah, I mean,
You
every
have
now
to have steps behind your feet to catch your feet on in
Right.
case you lose it, because you can.
right on any of
Dips like this,
any of the big exercises.
your arms can get pushed up beyond the point of normality.
Right. Well, I got stuck in them. It was like with bent elbows. I got stuck in a somewhat of an iron cross position, and I mean everything froze. And after that, I think I placed high enough in the competition that I would have been awarded some award, but I just left. I left the entire show. I got in the car. Within 2 weeks, I had lost about $50,000 of contracts. I was contracted with the University of Florida with these major contracts. I mean, they were primo, wonderful. I'd been with them for about 6-7 years, and I was having, what's the right word? Anxiety. I was having distress at a level that had me go to the training room doctor for the Gators, for the University of Florida Gators, and I expressed to him this anxiety factor that was in an irritated manner. I mouthed off to him, in effect, and I mean within a day, I was called into the office of my administrator, who oversaw me over those contracts, and he basically handed me my walking papers, just like that, and it was like, whoa. And I guess they perceived me as a danger to their organization, and that was at that point I couldn't put together the business. Who asked that? Take the dog swimming. Oh, it was some tosser, Mr. Some Tosser. Yeah, so that's the answer to that. Yeah. My weight training, finally did me in behaviorally, and recovering from that was weird. At this point, I still have some appearance of being strong, but there's literally no power behind the strength that I have. I do have strength. Physically I'm still strong, but the ability with my joints and with my body to generate power, I don't have that anymore. So some of that is just the process of aging. I'm an old man, but a large part of it was the injury processes from heavy weightlifting and the attempt to compete, both in bodybuilding and in fitness competitions. So that's that.
I hear you, man.
Yeah. We talked about it a little bit, Steve, before. How about you, Anna? Were you athletic?
Yeah, I did some athletic
No,
stuff.
no.
Anna?
Never. Not really, no.
No.
Unfortunately, no.
You could have been. Yeah, you look like.
My uncle is an East German officer. He did all this, but not me.
Well, you look like you could handle yourself, Anna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got in out of few situations, but luckily it was never about
Right.
force or something.
Avoidance is always the best, anyways. Just
Yeah.
work your way out of everything, and you'll be fine.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm too old for the front lines.
I tried lifting weights, but I run out of weights. I was lifting. I basically have like I think it's about 80 kilograms worth of weights, and I was lifting them, and then I ran out of weights, so I just couldn't carry on. Because obviously you need to increase your weights as you go on, don't you?
Yeah, but there's things you can do. Like there's something called the superset where you can start with the highest weight after you do a few warm-up sets, you start with the highest weight you have.
Yeah.
And once you do the most you can with that, you take off weight and do more. Take off weight and do more. Work your way all the way down to nothing, and your arms feel like they're going to fall off.
Yeah, it's not the problem. That's not the problem. The fact is that I just didn't have enough weight to push myself.
Yeah,
and I was doing like 40 reps of what I had, and it just wasn't enough. I need more. I need like 120 kilograms of weights, maybe more.
Yeah,
I mean, it never hurts to have a motivation. I mean, if you could find it, the motivation to get more weights, then that would be good. But
well, it's cash.
Yeah. I mean, you can't.
I mean, for a 10 kilogram weight at a shop called Argos in UK, it's like 14 quid for one weight.
Yeah.
So I suppose I'd probably be better off buying a couple of weights a month or whatever.
All right. Charlotte, I don't know the joke about the French au pair having a bath. So feel free to add it, or if anyone wants to tell it to us, go right ahead. Fellas, lady, anyone?
Yeah, come on the stream and tell us. Come on.
All right, or Charlotte.
Would be lovely to have another lady on the stream.
But she can just put it in the chat. I'm not going to say she has to.
Yeah.
Anna's a ball full of energy.
Yeah.
She got close to the to the camera now. That's cool.
That's a nice, beautiful stone on that.
Yeah, I was just looking at that too.
Is that an amethyst? No, it's not an amethyst, is it?
No, it's what is?
It's beautiful.
It's
a
quartz or something.
I think it's called labradorite.
Labradorite.
It's from Canada.
Yeah.
Labradorite? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I never heard of that. Sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it's a kind of moonstone, I think. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, I used to go to a beach in a place I lived long ago that was called Moonstone Beach, where you could find moonstones on the fucking beach. 10 miles north was Agate Beach, and you could find agates. They were both semi-precious stones. That was in Northern California. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could spend the day, you smoke a little weed, that Northern Cali bud, and just walk the beaches. And there was always an old guy around who was like a rock guy who you could run over to and be like, "Is this an agate?" And they'd be like, "Nope, not an agate. Here's what you're looking for, kid." And they'd show you real agates. I'd be fucking psyched. I was like 20. I wasn't a kid. But that was just the most fun for me. Like, I walk the beaches here, and I'm always thinking, can I find a shark tooth? But out there, you can find semi-precious stones.
Biscuit, you okay over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
Just quickly Wikipediaing labradorite.
What?
Nothing. Just Wikipedia. If I hear some information that I don't know, I'll Wikipedia it or whatever.
I'm not sure. Is Norfolk Iceni talking about Aphid? He's calling Aphid Jethro. I love it. Bone Stone.
Maybe he's on about Jethro Tull.
Okay, maybe Jethro Tull's not even. I don't even. There is no Jethro Tull. The band didn't have a person named Jethro Tull.
What?
Yeah. So there was no Jethro Tull in the band.
Ian somebody. I can't remember Ian's last name.
I am far too
Anderson.
drunk to be arguing with this.
Yeah, me. I'm mellow. It's true. It's mellow time.
Right, like there was no Leonard Skinner in the band. Leonard.
International Pub Mellow Time.
Exactly.
Yep. Smokesteve International Pub.
Right, we got Sleeper here. At least you guys are great.
Sleeper, burper, happy, I'm happy.
What can you say, Anna? What can you say?
Flashing the gang signs on the way in.
Oh, God,
Oh,
terrible.
Welcome back.
Lifting us up with
All right.
Well,
airborne expression.
last can.
Last call? Yeah, I think this
No, last can.
Yeah.
last call at the pub, people. That's it.
Yeah.
So you opened a beer, Anna? Was that you?
Well, that was me opening the beer.
All right, Anna's got a little left. That's fine. Just finish that off. Get yourself some water.
Some of you sidebar guys, get on here. Alan, get on here. Come on. Come on.
Jethro.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He's been here all night long, and he
What were
says,
some of the other bands that gave random names? Marshall Tucker? There was no Marshall Tucker. You know?
"My band's out there, man.
A lot of
My
bands.
band's out there, man."
Leonard Skinner, no Leonard. There was no
Who
Leonard.
did the Hellbound Train? What band did the Hellbound Train?
That one I don't know.
That's a fantastic song.
You ever heard of Cranford Nicks?
Oh, the Cranford Knicks. Yeah, no, haven't heard of it.
Cranford Nicks is brilliant.
Yeah?
It was very similar to what's his name now? He killed himself. Kurt Cobain.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
He's
Cobain.
long gone.
Cobain.
94.
Yeah. Mr. Cobain.
A great loss to the music world.
Yeah.
Like Jimi Hendrix, we never really got to see what would they have become.
He would have been a big Antifa guy if he had stayed alive.
He might have, but some of the counterculture people in the 60s and 70s that were aligned with that made some great music. You know, like Bob Dylan. People who
Dylan is
I think I will leave you now.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Buy a cup of tea. I think Steve needs to get a bell.
I will leave you. All the best. Take care and see you.
Goodbye, sayonara, senorita.
Take care. Bye.
And yet you, who's
See you later, Anna.
Why'd she say? Why'd she go?
I don't know. I guess
I think she was
Going, or she just?
probably tired.
she's gone. I said last call and she finished her beer and walked out, basically. So she listens, I guess.
I got close to the camera and she said, "Oh my God, look at that!"
I can't get much closer to my camera. There's a table in the way.
I show you my forehead wrinkles now. Oh.
Oh, I've got a really smooth head because I'm really young.
That's right. There you go.
Smooth of the head. Right on. Well, I guess maybe this is a good time. It seems like we might be winding down here, gentlemen.
It's early.
Winding down, but make sure you say bye-bye before you go.
Really? It's only
Is anyone gonna
yeah.
I think we're out. I think that's it.
Mark, you met me? Cool. Yeah, cool. Mark said he met me. Patient Cipher. I get on. Alan's getting on soon. Hey, Alan says he's coming on.
Alex or Alan?
Alan Reeder says.
He says he's getting on as soon as he finds his headphones.
Yeah.
Okay, that's something, Alan.
And
I thought you said Alex. I was going to say, what? That kid hasn't been back in a while.
Mark, are you the person that I bought the tickets to the Manchester City soccer? I can't remember who. I bought a ticket, for someone, and then I was so screwed up from the itinerary problems that I had that I was exhausted. I came in without sleep for about 36 hours, and I ended up, literally not able to go to that Manchester City game.
He says he met you at Meat Space.
Right, yeah, and that's the other person as well. Was I met at Meat Space, and I had talked to him online. As we were preparing for Meat Space, and I wanted just a companion, a guide. Seemed like a cool British guide. English guide to guide me through what was going on, and I bought 2 tickets for a Manchester City. They call it football, but a Manchester City soccer. Yeah, soccer.
Soccer.
And I was just disoriented. I didn't bring my passwords with me, so I only got lucky enough to remember a password to Twitter so that I could communicate with Hayden and get the address to where to go to, and got an Uber or a taxi to the address. But the person, apparently it's not Mark, but it was one of the guys that was there at the that event. What was that event called? What did they say? It was Biscuit Babes.
Meat Space.
Meat Space, yeah.
Back
in 2 seconds, I've just got to go for another tinkle.
Okay, I'm having a senior moment here, but I ended up, discussing that with them when I got there. I came an inch away from missing the entire event because I didn't have all in the United States. You can roam, and I could put a regular password in, and I would always have online.
How much did you catch, George?
What?
How much of it were you there for?
All of the event. It was just,
so when you say you almost missed it, you were like, you showed up and it started like instant, like
right. It was just a one-night event, and
so you barely made it to catch the whole thing.
Right. I was almost couldn't stay awake, and even at the event, I was useless. I enjoyed it because I know I had traveled all these few thousand miles to come to it. Right. But I was sitting there, half asleep and trying like crazy to stay awake. And I was sitting on a couch, and, it was all right that it, and the person that I bought the ticket for the Manchester City soccer game, I met him outside. I came up on the event while a number of people were standing outside, and then I saw him across the group of people, and I said, okay, that's got to be the guy because he's looking for me. And we talked at length, and I explained what happened to me, and between American Airlines and British Airways, there was a thunderstorm. I think I told you this, right? You remember this story?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I was supposed to be there on a Friday morning, and I ended up not getting there until Saturday early afternoon. Okay. Didn't sell you anything. I could have given you some weed. You didn't give me no weed. Why? God damn it. But anyway, I just it just screwed me up totally. With the difficulties that I have behaviorally and my inability to sleep, I didn't sleep from, what was it? Shit. It was midday Thursday until after the event on the Meat Space event on Saturday. I didn't sleep from midday Thursday until late Saturday night. I didn't sleep. You know, the way that it happened, I ended up walking these fucking concourses in one of the coastal cities in close to New England, you know, that was the transfer city. And what had happened was I had hopped from, you know, my home city to, I want to say it was Charlotte. And at Charlotte, there was this huge thunderstorm that delayed us about an hour and a half. And in that rain delay, it caused me to miss the transatlantic flight that went over Thursday night into Friday morning. And then the way transatlantic flights work, I didn't know this. They don't go on all day every day, you know, from the United States to British, you know, Airways and back, you know, to Britain and back. They go one or two times a day, and they go in the evening. So, you know, by missing that 1.5 hour rain delay caused me to not get on a jet until another roughly 27 hours later. And then, you know, I ended up not getting to where I was supposed to be. You know, it was a complete 36-hour delay. And the way that it happened, the airport I was stuck in, I didn't get it together enough to go to the motel that was like right next to the airport. And instead, I just roamed the concourses and tried to rest on the benches, and you know, I was like a bum. You know, I mean, it's just weird as hell. You know, instead of being an international traveler, I turned into this friggin', you know, bench lying down and sitting bum. You know, and it screwed me up totally. And you know, I mean, I finally recovered, and you know, I had this wonderful trip to what they called the Lakes. I think they call it the Lakes District up in northern England. So I went up there. It was after the Meat Space event on a Monday. Meat Space event was Saturday night, and then you know, for Sunday was for me a recovery day, and then you know, I had this wonderful Monday where, I mean, I ended up going in I think they call it not the Jolly Bus, some silly name. It's Busy Bus. I think it's called Busy Bus. And it's this, you know, they have a series of Busy Bus tours that go to different sightseeing areas. And so I was on this Busy Bus and I went up, and it was great, you know, wonderful. Hey, where's Alan Reeder? Get on here, Alan. You said you were coming on. Get that headset on. But, it was wonderful. I mean, the trip back was fantastic. I mean, that's where I had fun, was on the jet ride from London to, I think we went all the way from London to Charlotte. You know, the way that the Earth's curve is, the jets actually curve upward to go across the higher latitudes, which is less distance than going straight from London down, you know, to the southeastern United States. Instead, they take this arc up, you know, across the close to the Arctic, you know, and then they go straight down the United States. So that's how they went from London to Charlotte, I believe it was, and then from Charlotte there was a hop to my home, the Daytona. I'll go ahead and say it. It's Daytona Beach Airport, and it was damn cool, you know. I mean, I have not gone on an international trip since my youth. I mean, since before I was a teenager. So it was very nice. Now I've sold all my Chinese IT stocks, and I've got to reinvest into better investments. And if I get a good investment result, away I go again. Probably Great Britain, you know, to Manchester to see the men and women of Manchester.
That's my wife.
What? What did you say?
She said, "Meat Space is a great gay couple.
Oh,
club
fuck that
name."
shit! Oh no, you're not getting away with that. No.
Meat Space. I mean, MEAT. I mean,
Well, I mean, it is. It is. I've thought about that name, and I said, come on, that's not a good name for an event. I did think that even as the event was being promoted.
That's their sense of humor, though. That's what
She's
they love.
right. She is right about that. I'm sorry about the cursing. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's Hayden and Graham.
Yeah.
Sense of humor. They love that.
Yeah.
Obvious, just sarcasm.
Yeah. I mean, you keep. Yeah.
Because it was a sausage fest. There was probably 25, 30 guys.
There were, hey, now Interlude was there, so that sort of tempered the entire event. And there were a few other women there that were cool. I mean, Hayden got into a good argument with one of them.
Yeah.
Who was being, I guess she couldn't be a dick. What was she being? She was being the C word.
Or a B, the B word.
Being a cunt. Was she being a cunt or a bitch?
What? Oh my God! What have you said?
Oh my God!
Why? You shouldn't say those.
I'm sorry, but in Australia, it is a national word. Cunt is a national word.
It's great. I've taken it up. I love that as an insult. It's a great insult.
It's not an insult, though, is it? Cunt is like calling your brother. You just,
Hey, Alan. Where's Alan? Come on. Get on here, buddy.
Yeah, come on, Alan.
He's coming on. Get on here.
5 or 6. We'll take it.
Maybe he can't find his headphones.
Why don't they come on?
I don't think he's going to come on, fellas.
It's so gay.
I think this bad Larry is wrapped up.
What? Wrapped up?
Yeah, I'm going to say good night, gentlemen.
Well, I'm out of beer, and it's for the first time. Good night, everybody.
All right, we'll see you later.
Smokesteve.
Bye. Good night.
Oh, before you go, Steve.